I kept watching this baby squirrel digging and rolling around in the dirt, so I thought I would be all fancy and give him a real sandbox. He messed around near it, got in it a couple times briefly, but he never actually used it like I thought he would. But regardless, he's still adorable to watch him playing in and around the general area. As babies, they investigate everything in their territory. They don't go far from the tree that takes them up to where their nest is, and they retreat to it quickly when they get scared. This small tree takes him up to the water oak where his nest is. For some reason, he ended up being alone in his litter, which is unusual, because squirrels give birth to 2 to 4 pups and may even have a litter of up to 6, but smaller litters are the norm. The babies leave the nest at about 12 weeks of age, but they go back to it for safety and stay in the general area because that's where their mother is. However, she'll eventually make them leave her territory to find their own. So as babies, learning to be grown-up squirrels, they love to dig things up, and they love to taste things and chew things and fondle things and wrestle things. And they play with just about anything that they find or that they find amusing to themselves. Sometimes if it's small enough, they'll bury it and come back to play with it later. And this period, they learn to bury food such as acorns and pecan nuts. So this guy is practicing storing food. Cut up some pieces of fleece and leave them around the base of the trees because the mama squirrels like to use them in their nests. And that little black strip of fabric there is a piece of fleece I left. He actually does briefly dig into the sandbox here, which makes me really happy, but I'm thinking I may have put it too far out in the open and that he doesn't feel safe enough. So he's being extra cautious and keeping an eye out for danger. But he did enjoy the sandbox for a little bit. during this session of playtime. He's found his big chunk of tree bark again. And he keeps trying to bury it, bless his heart, but it's not happening. So he tries to bury it, and then he chews on it for a minute, and then gives up. And I guess he's trying to hide it. He doesn't want the other squirrels to get it because it's a really nice piece of bark. Apparently one of his favorites because they see him with it often. I bet he keeps thinking, if I could just hide it in the right spot. But he just can't find the right spot. Sorry about the airplane noise. The original soundtrack was nice, and you could hear him chewing on things, and I didn't want to remove it, so please accept my apologies and put up with a few seconds of airplane noise. Squirrels' teeth never stop growing, so they have to chew on things continuously to keep them trimmed, so to speak. After all, chewing is the only way that they can eat, so their teeth have to be kept short enough to stay within their mouths so they can use them properly, or else they will starve. And that's one thing a lot of people hate about squirrels, is that they chew on things, but they have to. They love chewing on very hard items like white bleached bones, deer antlers, and hickory shells. So if you get a chance and you're on a nature walk and you find some of these items, put them in your backpack and take them home for your squirrels because they will really appreciate them. I put a chunk of a palm tree boot next to his tree to see what the baby would do with it. I knew he couldn't resist it because it's a perfect play toy for a baby squirrel. It's big enough for him to get in it, and he can chew on it. And it rocks back and forth. So I think that's going to be a nice addition to his little play area. He's been practicing his skills on the palm boot. Chewing on it and trying to pull it around, jumping on it, swinging on it. I knew it would be a great toy for him. He's having a lot more fun with that than he is with the sandbox I set up for him. But that's quite all right. He's doing what baby squirrels do best: play and investigate. This part of a baby squirrel's life is filled with joy and playtime and no grown-up squirrel problems to deal with yet. Lots of zoomies this playtime. He's really enjoying the palm tree boot. I'm really glad he has an escape route at that little tree, because it seems to be giving him a little more confidence each day. I just love to watch squirrel zoomies. They're so cute. That little tree is like his safety blanket, or his safety zone, so he runs out and tries something a little bit further from that tree every day. And then when he gets scared, he runs right back to the tree. So he's getting more and more confident and trying more new things. He never did use the sandbox like I thought he would. But I've really enjoyed watching all of his playtime antics. And all of his little funny, quirky things he's been doing. I think he likes the size of the palm boot right next to his escape tree because it gives him a larger area to hide next to rather than just being out in the open. So sometimes plans we make don't work out, but something else comes of it. I'm glad I got a chance to watch him enjoy life in the wildlife habitat that I have created for him.